kid! Welcome back to your KidTime StoryTime. My tiny Pocahontas and I are prepared to read you Disney's Pocahontas, my favorite Disney film of all time. And at the end of the story, I'm going to have a tiny little special surprise for you. So here we go. One day, Pocahontas visited Grandmother Willow, a wise old tree spirit. Pocahontas was confused. Her father wanted her to marry Kocoum, a brave warrior, but Pocahontas did not believe that this was the right path for her. She had dreamed of a spinning arrow and asked Grandmother Willow about the meaning of her dream. "It is pointing you down your path," she told Pocahontas. "But how do I find my path?" Pocahontas asked. "Listen with your heart and you will understand." Listen with your heart, you will understand. The spirits are everywhere. They will guide you. So Pocahontas climbed a tall tree to listen to the wind. Off in the distance, she saw clouds. Strange billowing clouds. The clouds Pocahontas thought she saw were really the sails of a large ship. Aboard were men from England coming to the New World in search of gold. When the ship touched shore, a man named John Smith set out to explore the new land. He met a funny little raccoon named Meeko, Pocahontas' friend. Now Pocahontas hid from the stranger, but when he heard the rustling in the bushes, he knew someone was there. Finally, the two stood face to face. Pocahontas was scared. She ran to her canoe to get away, but the stranger called after her, "Don't go! I won't hurt you!" Pocahontas did not understand what John Smith was saying. Remember, they spoke completely different languages. But she remembered Grandmother Willow's words. When she listened with her heart, she saw that he was kind, and the two became friends. Meanwhile, at Governor Ratcliffe's orders, John Smith's crew began digging up the new land in search of gold. When the Indians from Pocahontas' tribe approached the settlers, the governor called them savages. He ordered his men to draw their guns and fire. The Indians had never seen weapons like guns before. Powhatan, who was the chief and Pocahontas' father, declared war against these dangerous men. Back in the forest, Pocahontas and John Smith got acquainted. Ever curious and always in search of food, Meeko took a compass from John Smith's bag. "What is that?" Pocahontas asked. "It helps you find your way when you are lost," John Smith explained. "Meeko can keep it. I can buy another one in London." Pocahontas wanted to hear all about London. John Smith described the wonders of the city. Then he told Pocahontas that the settlers would build a city like London in the New World. Pocahontas didn't think they needed a city in the middle of her beautiful forest. She decided it was time to introduce John Smith to the wonders of nature all around them and the colors of the wind. Pocahontas even took John Smith to meet Grandmother Willow. He was amazed. "One look at this place," said John Smith, "and the men will forget about digging for gold." Of course he was amazed. Wouldn't you be amazed if you met a talking tree? "What is gold?" Pocahontas asked. John Smith showed her a gold coin. Pocahontas told him that there was nothing like that on her land. So John Smith rushed back to camp to tell Ratcliffe that there was no gold to be found. But the governor didn't believe him. He thought the Indians wanted to keep it all, and Ratcliffe wanted to take it by force. When Pocahontas tried to tell her father that they must find a peaceful way to deal with the strangers, Powhatan's braves did not agree. They wanted to fight. Pocahontas convinced her father that if one of the strangers would come and talk in peace, he must listen. So that night, Pocahontas met John Smith at Grandmother Willow. She convinced him to come with her and talk to her father, but neither she nor John Smith knew that a settler named Thomas was watching them, and so was Kocoum. Suddenly, Kocoum jumped out of the wood and attacked John Smith. Ah! Thomas fired at Kocoum. "Thomas, run!" Smith cried. As Thomas fled, warriors captured Smith. "At sunrise, this man will die," the chief told his people. Pocahontas did not know what to do. Suddenly, Meeko dropped the compass in her lap, and she looked at the needle moving back and forth. The spinning arrow. It's the arrow from your dream showing you your path. Let the spirit guide you, Grandmother Willow said. Pocahontas ran like the wind. She stopped the warriors from hurting John Smith. The Indians put down their weapons and refused to fight. But Radcliffe grabbed a musket and shot at Powhatan, Pocahontas' father. John Smith jumped in front of the chief and took the bullet himself. The wounded Smith had to return to England. He needed medical care for that wound. And the greedy governor, now in chains, was also going to be sent back to England. As they were about to set sail, Pocahontas and her friends said goodbye. "Come with me?" John Smith asked. "Hopefully." "I am needed here," Pocahontas replied sadly. "Then know that wherever I am, I'll always be with you," John Smith smiled as he left. Pocahontas knew that in their hearts they would always be together. The end. And that sometimes happens. People meet, they love each other, but then they have to go on their own special paths. And now, I promised you a special surprise at the end. Here it is, kid. See you next time on KidTime Storytime.